Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm going to go through just a brief demo of what I do. I'm not going to be too focused on the technical aspect of what I do. Unless you're interested, I can do a more elaborate video on that. But pretty much we'll begin. So my name is Joelle Fos. I work at JP Morgan. I also do SEO consulting. So SEO just stands for search engine optimization, meaning helping Google understand what your website's about so that you can show up for relevant services you provide and whatever search terms you want to show up on page one for. And the reason it's important to show up on page one is because if you were to show up here in the organic results, this search term, roofer in Connecticut, is searched 720 times a month. And the cost per click to advertise is about $15. So believe it or not, even to advertise, your website needs to be optimized in a way that Google fully understands it to pay either this price or a little less than this. As you can see, there's ads down here. These websites down here are all advertisements, and they're down here because they're not optimized correctly. So these people are paying more than $15 per click just to run the ads. So what I do is I build a site, optimize it for SEO, and then I run ads for this phrase, roofer in Connecticut, searched 700 times a month. I also plug this phrase into another tool that pretty much shows me different search terms along the main search phrase. So if you want to just service a specific area, then we can do that as well. So when I run the ads, I can run the ads for any specific location, or I can run the ad for all of Connecticut. And you can see some of the search volume monthly here. So every month, this is people searching this term, the cost per click, and these are just metrics on the difficulty for advertising and the difficulty for SEO. So this is not like a Home Advisors. I don't sell the leads to multiple business owners. These leads are exclusive. I do set up a tracking number. So people, when they call, the call is recorded, so we can be on the same page and say what is a lead and what isn't. Pretty much, I don't charge for any robotic calls or leads that just want to know about your services but don't want to move forward with an estimate. So that being said, I also run call-only ads that show up on mobile devices for, let's say, emergency roofing services. So if you can handle taking on, let's say, 3 to 10 to 20, who knows, however many more jobs in the next month, if you can take them on consistently, then that'd be great. We could partner up. I could run the ads, and then we can mutually discuss an amount that's beneficial for the both of us to charge you per lead. The next service I provide is local SEO. So when people are searching for this term, some people don't always like to go to ads. The majority, 66% of people, they like to just skip right through because they don't like the advertisement. They want to see what's organically ranking here. They trust the ranks more than they trust ads. So I found you on page 5 or 6 for this term. So just imagine for 1 minute. Just imagine if your website was on page 1. Your website would now be generating the leads. You won't need to, get leads from anyone, any other company. And this would transform your business for life. Because once the SEO is done, you reap the benefits. So if we stop working together in a year, all the work I've done within the prior year all continues to count, and your website will stay on the first page. And the good thing about this search term is that I see that there's room for a company to take the number one spot, because these are big directories, so they don't hold too much weight. If SEO is done correctly, a local company could just come and sit right on top and pretty much gain majority, the bulk of these visitors, these customers looking for this service. So I use a tool also called Ahrefs that gives me pretty much the anatomy of your website, the back end of your website. It tells me everything I need to do to get it on page one. I also use a tool to check out the trust flow of your website, and the trust flow of your website is very important because the trust flow will tell Google where to index your site and how trustworthy is your website. So it's not a brand new site. They actually talk about a specific topic, so we can definitely rank them for this topic if they do the SEO correctly. So you have some really good metrics here, some really good foundation to begin. Also, the last thing, the most important thing is with Google is the H1 heading, meaning the H1 just stands for the topic of your website. If Google doesn't understand what this means as a topic of your website, it's not going to know where to rank you. So this topic of your website here should be something that people are searching. So if they're searching roofers in Connecticut, your H1 should be roofers in Connecticut. So, I won't get too much into the technical, but Google sees this, and I don't think people are searching for this in Google or these subtopics of your website to find your services, your roofing services. So you may be wondering how much this costs. I run a performance-based model. So let's say you're on page 5. This is just an example. Let's say we start at $500 a month. When we get to page 4, we then raise it to $600 a month. We get to page 3, we raise it to $700 a month. And this is because it takes more time the closer we get to page 1, because it's more competitive. So I also offer no contract, so you don't have to feel bounded. And we can also run a mixture of both paying for the leads and the SEO, because the SEO takes time. So if you want to move forward, let's set up a call so we can discuss any objections. And I want you to fully understand the difference between the two packages I'm offering.